Okay, that's it. Cheers. I think that time we got it right. So,
still a work in progress, guys.
Still a work in progress. Welcome
with
back.
Improved audio.
Welcome back to the Richie Rich and Westover Show. We are coming to you live from West Hollywood. We're talking about today's trending topics and asking our sex question of the week.
Yes.
Now we're laughing because we actually just recorded this episode, well, part of this episode, before realizing that we forgot to turn the music down, aka I forgot to turn the music down in the intro.
I wasn't going to tell on you, but okay. You can go right on ahead.
We don't have a producer or a sound engineer.
It's just us, damn it.
And when we say we're live, we literally record this live, and
that's that. One take, no edits.
No, there's no editing whatsoever.
So, hey.
As I'm sure you could tell.
Oh, Lordy.
But hey, we are here just two friends drinking a bottle of wine, talking about the stuff that's come up with us this week, all the different news items, trending topics, all that crap.
And sex,
and basically just talking shit. So
pretty much.
We hope you're relaxing, having a good time, having a glass of wine or something.
If not, crack one open, relax and listen.
Yes.
Not if you're in the car, no drinking and driving.
Yes. Wait till you get home.
Yes.
All right, so this week we had an interesting response to our sex question, which came about, I guess, because you had an interesting night out with some girlfriends.
Yeah, I was having dinner. Long story short, I have two girlfriends. One's very, very conservative, quiet and shy. Wow, I've only had one glass of wine. Listen to me. You're rubbing off on me. Quiet and shy. The other one is quite the opposite. We actually kind of tricked her too into going to the Bossa Nova in West Hollywood, so we can kind of convert her into drinking that night if we could. It worked. I'll tell you more about that later. But we ended up in a sex shop, which led me to think, how many people use sex toys?
Yeah, so that's our sex question of the week.
Yes.
Are you into sex toys? Now, we'll tell you about our Twitter poll and the responses that we got there later in the show. That's how we'll end the show. It's kind of the icing on the cake, so to speak, if you want to draw a visual of that. Before that, we get to our topics, and we have a lot this week. Everything from Beyoncé's to Becky's to Usher, Naked to Game of Thrones. Absolutely fabulous. Kesha having new music. There's trouble for the Honest Company and Earth's Best.
Yeah, not so honest, apparently.
No. And we have an update about Apple, like the whole privacy issue. There's this Facebook group we've got to talk about, and a new app called Bro.
Oh yeah, I'll be downloading that right after this podcast.
For bros.
I'm totally lying.
Mm-hmm. You can only guess what that's about. Plus, we'll do Who Do We Hate?
And Who Do We Love? Ding.
Yes, this week we have some good ones, actually.
Yeah,
we came up with some
a lot happened this week.
Yeah, this was a busy week. You know what, though? Nobody died.
I know, I think knock on wood.
Nobody died.
Ugh.
So glad we got through that one. Now, before we get to all of our trending topics, let's do a couple of quick shout-outs.
Yes.
So we want to give a shout-out to Becky, the real Becky, not some nickname or made-up person. From Sweat Garage, she's subscribing and listening, and we want to say, hey, thanks.
Hey!
Yeah, thanks, girl.
And also to Donnie Aldo from Twitter, who not only subscribed to us, but also tweets us, and went on iTunes, gave us a 5-star review.
Yes, he did, and as we've said, anyone that leaves us a 5-star review, we will read whatever comment you want to leave. And he said, love the show, boys. Very funny.
Which is extremely G-rated from
that is
his Twitter.
Yes. It's pretty tame coming from Johnny. So, if you want to take that up a level,
feel free to. It says explicit on our podcast for a reason. So.
We are a niche audience.
Absolutely.
We're not for everyone, and we understand that. Oh yeah, there's the cat clawing on the carpet again.
Our co-anchor just
at
chilling.
some point, the cat always starts clawing on the carpet,
attention.
Starts meowing. She's basically an attention whore. I have no idea where she gets that from.
Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
All right, so let's dive into our topics this week.
Yes.
Starting with of course, everywhere, Beyonce
Lemonade.
and Who is Becky and
leave Rachel Ray alone.
oh my God, that was
fucking
the
crazy ass
funniest
beehive.
Fucking thing.
Her fans drive me nuts. They were hatched, I swear.
Man,
like,
that was
it's
just
so
fucking funny.
insane.
So if you don't know, Rachel Roy sort of somehow outed herself as the potential person that Beyonce was singing about.
She did.
And then people in the Beehive got all wrapped up and went onto Rachel Ray's television personality and chef, Rachel Ray's Instagram, and like bombed her latest Instagram photo.
Bunch of fucking
of
bee emojis, and that's what they do, mind you. If you have not seen a beehive attack, they will attack your social media with a bunch of fucking
like
bee emojis and just
or lemons
spam it. It's ridiculous, but
I'd be excited if I got that many comments.
Right?
You know what's really funny though is that Rachel Ray or whoever runs her Instagram account later posted a recipe for lemonade.
That's kind of awesome.
I was like, they got the wrong bitch.
Right?
Jesus. I mean, they're not like remotely.
Lord.
I don't know how you would confuse those two, but.
Do you wonder if this is a stunt from Rachel Roy though, just to get some more publicity?
Well, who else came out? I mean, Rita Ora came out.
No, Rita Ora's thing was
that was something else?
That was before.
Oh, that was before.
Like, it was actually a picture she had posted with like a bikini with lemon prints on it. But it was like 3 days before Beyonce's release, and people hopped on that bandwagon.
Lord.
Just because she's affiliated with Jay-Z.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, apparently anyone affiliated with Jay-Z
is now a target.
They're now a suspect.
I don't see any bees on Rihanna's Instagram though, because Rihanna claps back. But
yeah, that's true. She would definitely. But I've heard that about Rihanna and Jay-Z. Like that's how she was discovered.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. Even though she was like a teenager at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Then I don't know.
The music world is creepy.
It's really creepy.
It is. But did you actually watch and listen to Lemonade?
I did. Yes. Yeah.
And you liked it.
Yeah, there were like actual cameras present that weren't shitty.
Yeah,
and
the production value was much better than her last visual album.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely, and it was kind of captivating, and the songs were strong, and I give her credit for kind of going off the grid because some of the songs weren't really melodic that much. They were just trying to just get out a message, and so I give her props. I give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, definitely.
I still haven't listened to the actual audio album. We're busy. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Sorry, it's a whole lot.
It really is.
Especially coming from a not particular Beyonce fan. I know I'm gonna just die one day. I say it every single.
I know every week we're kind of like
I'm gonna wake up with.
It's not. I like Beyonce. It's just I'm not like a huge.
I'm gonna die like Nicolas Cage in The Wicker Man with a bunch of bees surrounding my face.
Yeah, exactly.
One morning, and that's just gonna be it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's fine, and I thought it was good, and people definitely are talking about it. One thing that I do find interesting about the whole, cheating thing and all of that stuff is that everyone kind of has, the clearly different opinions about whether you should stay with someone or whether you should go or what have you. But I also find that people put the blame on different parties as well.
Absolutely.
When a lot of times it's the other woman who gets all this hate.
Yeah.
When, the other woman isn't the one that's in a relationship.
No.
Who knows what he told the other woman?
Exactly.
Oh,
we're on a break.
We're on a break. This is an open relationship.
Yep.
This is allowed.
So there are tons of that going on.
Who knows what their rules are?
Absolutely.
So it's always interesting to me when I hear someone like going after the other woman.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not saying that she's, plays no role whatsoever, but
because some people just don't give a fuck.
She's not the one that's breaking a commitment.
Exactly.
So,
and I still wonder about, I don't know, it seems like Beyonce's been very, very pro-woman and pro this and pro that and be a strong woman. And if this has been happening so many times and you're still with this dude, and it's clearly not about the money because she has tons of her own,
Right.
then what does that really say about her? If it's not an arrangement, which clearly doesn't seem like it is, if these lyrics are
Right.
actually autobiographical.
I cannot possibly answer that
Yeah,
question.
it's a little weird to me. It's just like,
to me.
because part of me says, okay, so are you just not that strong a woman, and that's just your persona, or are you just making things that you know your fans are going to relate to and cause speculation and have to be marketing, and you're completely happily married? It's like I don't know, like where. No one's ever going to know, clearly, besides
Well, I mean, nothing
everyone involved,
is real anyways.
Clear-
So you
yeah,
have to
well-
figure some part of this is being dramatized or played out or whatever. And there are plenty of celebrity couples who have all, even just regular couples in Los Angeles. I mean, when I was traveling in Europe a few years ago, I was in Berlin and I met a couple from America who was living in Berlin. And they were like, yeah, we were always completely monogamous until we moved to Berlin, and Berlin changed us. I'm like, oh, really?
Right?
Like
Berlin did it? Really?
But it probably did, because the city has, a very open attitude towards sex. And they have gay, straight sex clubs that are dance clubs. It's a much more relaxed view of the whole thing. And I feel like a lot of people do have those types of relationships where maybe they're bisexual, or maybe it's an arrangement where the husband can do whatever and the wife is. And I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that if that's what you
If it works for
agree
you,
to
if you like it, I love it.
working with. But people don't really talk about that aspect
No, not at all.
at all. People always paint these pictures of these like perfect or supposed to be perfect relationships.
And then you find out the real reason behind everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Why not just be open about it? Kind of like
That's not how America is.
Kind of like what's her shit this week? Melania Trump saying she's never had plastic surgery. Bitch, you lie.
Please.
You ain't got to lie.
Yes, and I am a heterosexual Asian woman. Give me a break.
All right, so just be real with it, I guess. So I don't know, or maybe this is the real thing, and she decided to forget.
How weird is that, though? Like,
I feel like it's one. Okay, so it's one thing maybe if you had this, relationship, and then 10 years later you wrote this album about it and talked about it. It's very different and very self-reflective to do it in that moment when you're still married to this person, releasing this
that just
album.
seems odd for Jay-Z.
It is awkward and odd.
Like,
Yeah,
well,
and
damn.
like, is it kind of tacky? Like,
I think it is.
airing this dirty laundry now, again, while you're still in it.
If you guys broke up, and that's a whole different story, but like still in and with a child, it's just, I don't know, the whole thing's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But as an artist, you have to
I guess
tell
you
your
have to go
story
there
and
and
speak your truth.
yeah.
I
don't know. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
I'm tired of Beyonce.
We kick the shit out of her every
single week.
I love it. And we're not even saying the music is bad or anything, whatever. We're just like,
No, I think we're being honest. Like, I'm just not going to be delusional. I'm not.
It's not perfect.
This is not what we do on this show. We are very honest. We give credit where credit's due, and that's just what it is. And I'm tired of talking about her, so moving on along.
Yeah. To naked people, Usher had a whole like steamy Snapchat thing.
Yeah, what was that about?
Well, here's what I've realized is why Snapchat is so popular. So Snapchat it should be called like selfie chat, because basically the only thing that people do is take videos of themselves or where they're at, or pictures of themselves, or pictures of exactly what they're like doing in that moment, and maybe they look at other people's snaps. I'm sure they do,
but now that you can, you should not be able to do that at all.
Yeah, but it's like you don't always know who's looking at yours. Exactly. So it's so self-reflective. That I feel like it's perfect for celebrities and the narcissistic.
Anyone narcissistic and into themselves.
Yeah, perfect for them. That's why they love it so much. It's all about them. So he just, for whatever reason, decided to. I guess he was promoting his album or I don't fucking
Something.
know. I don't know.
Some business venture.
I just know that he then posted the selfie, but it had one of those emojis over
Of course.
the crotch.
I will say this, and I will be completely guilty of this. When you were able to follow people on Snapchat, I think it was like early last year.
Yeah.
I only went on Snapchat. I had it for like a little bit. And I only went on it because of Tyson Beckford.
Oh.
Because he was just about to have, I think, Chocolate City or something like that come out. Some random ass movie of like Magic Mike, but with colored people. Did I say colored? My God, who am I? No more wine for me. Black people.
What was that?
I don't even know.
Oh my goodness.
Ew. Okay, anyways. God, nasal spray and Chardonnay are not a good mix, apparently.
You are off the rails.
I'm off. I was gonna say black, and I was like, man, I think it's like a Latino and someone else in there, and I just went completely Fox News and just said colored.
Wow.
Moving along, that was weird.
POC.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird slip. And he would post all of these like thirst trapping Snapchats, and it was always. First of all, this is what this man does when he's not making some random ass movie. All he does is club promotes.
Right. Oh.
That's it. Because all day, every day, he was in Vegas, New York, Ibiza, in a club with some gorgeous women. And then when he wasn't there, he was in a hotel room, half naked or naked, Snapchatting away.
That sounds wonderful.
It was amazing. And then he stopped snapping. I was so mad because now he doesn't do it. So now I'm just stuck with all my friends now since everyone else is
Did he not realize he was broadcasting to anyone?
Oh,
that was
he
watching
absolutely
it?
knew. I'm positive that it was for promotion for the movie.
Yeah.
Because slightly after the movie was released and then
That's when
bombed,
he stopped doing it.
yeah, he just fell off the radar. And I thought for some reason he blocked me. Because I actually took a screenshot for something I was writing online. But I was like, you can't just pinpoint me. There's thousands of people screenshotting
Oh, right, because
this
you
right now.
can tell that when
Someone screenshots you or replays you. It'll give you a little
it tells
message. Yeah. But no, I still follow him. He just doesn't Snapchat anymore.
That's too
sad.
I've been Snapchatting a little bit, but it really is just like selfie chat. Like that's all anyone is taking is selfies. I read somewhere, someone tweeted like, oh, what, people need to stop Snapchatting their TV. I do see that.
That drives
People
me
do
fucking
Snapchat their
nuts.
TV.
I have someone I had to unfollow
That
because
you
all
don't
they
like
would
that?
do is they would be at a movie just Snapchatting the entire thing. And I'm like, are you even paying attention to this? Why are you Snapchatting this?
That's annoying.
Yeah, it's extremely annoying. So I was like, I'm unfollowing you. I actually do chat with my friends though, oddly enough. Like via picture.
I understand how it is used as a communication tool.
Yeah.
I know I sound like an old white lady when
Oh, you are, honey. It's okay.
I'm like a librarian dissecting Snapchat. But I totally get it. You take a pic, you write a quick whatever.
Exactly. Like, hey guys, on vacation.
You?
Here's me in my hotel room.
Here's what I'm doing right now.
Swipe. Here's my location in the bottom.
It's exactly like Facebook when you update.
It really
status.
is.
And if your family is following you, your friends are following you, they can see exactly what you're up to, exactly what you're doing. And you can even do personalized message to specific family members or whatever while you're creating your story. You can just tag, just send that one to them, which I think is very, very cool if you have family members who are that technically advanced. My parents have flip phones and they don't text. They don't even have a
My mother
plan.
knows how to text and drives me crazy.
My grandmother has a smartphone.
Really?
My grandmother emails me.
That is hilarious that your grandmother is more technology advanced than your parents are.
Yeah. We play Words with Friends.
That's adorable.
She uses it to monitor her hearing aid. She can tell when her battery is low.
That's
a little app.
fucking adorable.
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me, apps. Go ahead. Come through.
How cute is that?
That's really adorable.
Yes. So
I will say this, though. I did find a very good use for Snapchat. I've had friends who were like visiting from out of the country or out of the state. And we may have been in the same club or right next to each other out in WeHo because everything's right next to each other.
Yeah.
And we've actually Snapchatted each other to see where we were in the venue because they've lost me or something, or vice versa. One of us was at the restroom and they had migrated.
Yeah.
So that could actually be used for other things besides drinking purposes, obviously.
Sure.
But let's say you're in a mall and you don't know what the hell you're at. Or, I don't know, your child has a phone and they're lost. Because every kid has a smartphone, which boggles my mind, honestly. But, yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, could be used for
Little
something like that.
extra things Snapchat's me so besides dirty pictures and showing your
and
half
selfies.
naked. Yeah.
Selfies. Okay, so let's move on to some other topics then this week. We kind of went from our music note. Well, I guess one more music note is Kesha.
Yes! Yay! Weekly Kesha update.
I know, we do a weekly. We fucking love Kesha. So Kesha
We'll have her on this show at some point.
Yes.
Fucking
We're just
guarantee you.
Start the tweeting now and finally try to break her down. So Kesha has a new song out. What is that?
Yes. First work since this whole situation.
Yeah, and the new video out, and she looks great. She's wearing a custom Marco Marco outfit. If you guys know who Marco Marco is, if you're a lot of our listeners are in Los Angeles, and
Then you know
a lot
exactly
of you
who
are
they
in
are.
West Hollywood. So yeah, if you've ever been to the Abbey, you've seen all the dancers in Marco Marco. A lot of costumes that the queens wear on RuPaul, Fergie, Katy Perry, Britney, like all he does. All that
Any
stuff.
female diva or drag queen.
If it looks like it has a rhinestone bathing suit on the bottom,
Then that's Marco Marco.
Exactly. So, and he does Erica Jane too.
Yes. Yes, he does. Again.
Rhinestone
jumpsuits.
Rhinestone crotch. Marco
Swimsuits,
Marco.
yeah.
So yeah, so she looks great, and I really like the song.
Yeah. Yeah, she's, can we all just let her go? Come on.
What is this? Do you know what this means for her? Is she having to give some of this money to Dr. Luke, or
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know what the.
Because things are very weird in music as far as the way songwriting credits are listed, even. And do you know that? If you look at songwriting credits, it typically goes, the first person you read on it did the most contributing to the actual song.
Okay.
And then goes down the list.
Okay.
So there are ways to finagle this, like Beyoncé, who will change one word in the song and then claim
kinda
head
get
songwriting
underneath.
credits, even though the song's been around for years and been remade by other people. And moving forward.
Is there ways to skirt that?
Just saying. So I don't know. There are so many ways to get around, I would say, not giving him as much as he'd like to get or should be getting.
Well,
I
good
mean,
for her.
is it labeled Zed featuring Kesha?
I
or
believe it is.
because
she
that could
is
be
just
a big
guest voice.
that could
It's
be a
not
big
her-
loophole.
Yeah.
I'm sure he might get some money off of that because he is still tied to her.
God damn him.
I know, but
Yeah. So it's very,
they
very
could have a
complicated.
behind the scenes situation
Yeah.
towards like, you know what, this is what's going on and I get it. I'll put my name on the line, and once I get my check, here's some money.
Interesting.
Yeah, because that's the thing with music. Things are very, very intricate in the way that things are even listed.
Well, and you know a little bit about this just because you really have had some experience in the music industry.
Yeah.
So if you're just tuning in, and now, present time, you work at a Hollywood hotspot, you're a
I do.
bartender, very coveted
Yes.
job. I'm a celebrity trainer. Both careers, which definitely get us in contact with some very interesting, fun people. But both of our backgrounds, it's broadcasting.
Yeah.
You were on the music side. I worked for Entertainment Tonight for many
Absolutely.
years. So you know a little bit about the dealings.
Yeah, I've immersed myself into the behind the scenes, not even just the music, not just like
'cause there's
from
so
a
much
very young age, I've always been very
Contracts, all that stuff.
into the behind the scenes business of what people do to fuck up their careers and what people do to maintain a career and what's to be expected, what's not be expected, and all that stuff. So I'm very, very well versed in the music industry. And I have a bunch of friends that have been in bands and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And I've seen, God, their shit. So yeah, but
Well, there's so much. I mean, it can, like you said, really make or break a career. I mean, there are plenty of people.
It's all in the contract.
JoJo comes to mind. People
Yeah.
love
God.
JoJo, but she had a lot of contractual crap that happened, and it's so complicated. So yes, well, we're glad you're our authority on that. And again, that's a little background on us.
Yes.
If you're just
tuning
joining
in.
us, or if you've always wondered,
It's our 20th episode?
it's our 21st episode.
Oh, shit.
This is episode 21. So if you've been listening all this time, you're like, why the hell do these guys think they have any insight into this shit? Well, we probably don't, but we
still can't record a podcast
No.
apparently
And
without background
yeah.
music throughout the first 5 minutes.
and
of
we've
it.
had half a bottle of wine, and basically what entitles us to our opinions is the fact that
We have a voice, damn it, and we're honest.
yes,
And we're not painting this pretty picture view of a podcast and all of that.
Yeah.
And we do know people. We do have some experience.
we are just speaking our damn
We are.
minds. We don't have anyone that we are beholden to. We can talk about anyone. We can trash anyone. We can love anyone.
We are free agents for
We're
now.
completely free agents. But if you'd like to be a sponsor of the Richard Rich and Westbrook
Feel
Show,
free to
please
tweet us
contact.
at-
Yeah. We will take your money. All right, so moving on to kind of from music more to like TV and movies.
Yes.
Then is Game of Thrones, which premiered this week.
Have you been watching since the beginning?
Yes, I have the DVDs.
Oh shit,
I
you're
have-
hardcore.
yeah.
Okay, never mind
yeah.
then.
But you said it was your first time
First
watching.
episode, I got my Game of Thrones cherry pop this past Sunday.
What did you make of it? I mean,
Highly entertaining, first of all.
sure.
Didn't know a damn thing that was going on.
That's
Because I've missed 6 seasons,
Part
so I
of
mean,
the-
and that's
yeah.
that's par for course, so it's
you
fine.
will eventually. In the very, very beginning, they were really good at how they separated the families because they do sort of look alike. Now everything's so intertwined, it's hard to realize like who's related and who's whatever. The main thing you have to do is recognize their last names because
Okay, because I heard it's a bunch of
there are
different
there are
worlds
central
or something.
families that
Okay.
all kind of play these different roles in this whole tapestry of the show.
Gotcha.
So once you
Well,
start,
like, I
to
saw the
learn
first
sort of
episode
the
after I saw last week's episode,
Okay.
just because.
that will help you learn who the
Yeah,
characters
exactly,
are,
that
what
was-
their roles are, and it's very, very complicated. I mean, the DVDs have hours of extra footage
Sure.
of people narrating things about like the old kings or the gods that they worship, or I mean there's
Oh, wow.
so much to this story, which is why people are so into it.
There are only
But
2 more seasons left, right? I heard it's like one of those
so, yeah.
definitive seasons. Or, I'm sorry,
Things
series.
end. I mean, there is it's like the Lord of the Rings series or
Gotcha.
whatever. There's kind of an ending. So, as a first timer, what did you make of it, other than being confused?
Well, besides the confusion, it was really entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it held my attention, absolutely.
And are you normally into the fantasy genre?
I am. Like, I love Xena Warrior Princess when I was growing up.
Yes.
And yes. I'm not happy about the reboot. That doesn't have anyone that they're trying to have happen. I hope it doesn't happen. And
Yeah, I can't talk about any more reboots.
Yes,
honestly,
I'm over that.
No,
But,
just no.
But it's also typically something that I don't get from the very beginning that everyone's really hooked on later on. I don't really want to get into for some reason. I don't know what that is. Like Lord of the Rings, never seen a single one of them.
Oh, really?
Twilight, I watched 10 minutes of that movie and the acting was horrendous, and that's bad for me because I can't really tell bad acting normally. But I know,
Like, well, the words are coming out of their mouths, so I guess I believe them.
excuse me. But I was like, this is really bad. Like, I'm watching my little sister attempt to act in like junior high school. I can't watch the rest of this.
Gosh.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, Twilight.
Do you know what I felt like that about recently?
What?
And I don't want to get hate for this, but there's a Netflix series called like Frankie and Grace or something, and it's Jane Fonda and Lily
I know,
Tomlin.
yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I attempted to watch the season
And you
one.
felt like people were just reading sentences in class, right?
Oh my god! I was like, really?
That's what it reminds me
I
of.
felt
People
like-
people
yes.
taking turns reading in class when you all have to fucking read a chapter in like 8th grade.
Honestly, it was.
That's
it was
what Twilight
so
reminded me
basic.
of.
Like there were,
And yes, that
and
too
I
as well.
really like Lily Tomlin, and Martin Sheen is in it.
Yeah.
And he is phoning it in, and it's just like, man, it's just
so
falls
transparent.
so flat. But that show's gotten a lot of accolades for some reason, and I just don't get it.
It's Hollywood.
Did not grip me at all. So yeah, I definitely understand that, and I do love the whole Game of Thrones. Like I said, the whole tapestry of all this different history and these different characters, and it's so intricate. And that's what people really dive into with something like this, where it's not all surface level. There's so much beyond what you're even seeing. So,
Which means I need to catch up on all goddamn 6 seasons.
Yeah, I'll have to catch you up.
It's
I'll have to
it's a lot. Like, and that's why I actually like American Horror Story, because I was hooked on the first season.
Okay.
Second season, I was really busy that whole time, and I wasn't really able to keep up. So it wasn't anything that I was like, oh, I want to. I'm like, oh shit, but we didn't record it, and I think I was moving at the time, so I didn't really get it. But the next season's pretty much the same cast with all new characters, and nothing really intertwined until last season. Or 2 seasons ago at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I miss more than like a season of something, I'm usually falling off on it. It's horrible.
Well, it's hard with something like this because so much has happened and so
you have
many
to watch
characters
every
have
single
died.
thing.
And I mean, the whole thing that really set you up in the first season was you had the storyline that you were following, and then everything just falls apart, which you're not expecting whatsoever. You're like, oh, he won't die. He's like the lead character.
And then, well, he's gone now.
He's dead. Okay, and she's dead, and they're dead, and all these people are dead. Like, it's just like dead. Like, they are not afraid of killing people.
All right, then.
On the show. So don't get too attached to anyone, because it's shocking, honestly.
Well, now I don't want to watch it.
That's what gives it such realism, is that when you're watching a lot of other shows or movies, the lead, if it really were to call for them to die, they would die, but because they have to be the hero, something
happens, and they're magically enchanted, and then they're just erased from the dead. Or it was their evil twin, and that happened.
Right. So it just gets into the absurd, but sometimes the absurd is good.
True.
Like our next topic, absolutely
fabulous.
The trailer came out this week.
How gay of an intro was that?
So the trailer came out this week. What did you think?
Hilarious, sweetie, darling.
I was a little surprised that upon re-watching it, I actually found it a little funnier. I thought it would be a lot more upfront with like laughs, but I felt this trailer was very plot oriented.
Yeah.
Because I think they had to at least give you the idea that this movie is going to be bigger than them just sitting around the house
being drunk
on
wine, like we are.
Like we are.
We're like modern day ABBA gay men,
basically. But a movie typically has to be a little bigger than the series.
Absolutely.
Was.
Yeah.
So I think it was important for them to play up that this is going to be a roller coaster ride for these characters, and they're going to take them out of these comfort zones. But I thought it was a little funnier the second and third time through, just because British humor is a little it's a little underhanded. It's not all over the top. It's either like slapstick, someone falling off a bridge, or it's really an undertone where you're upset that someone is trolling you on Twitter.
Yes.
Like, what?
Very good comparison.
Know what you're talking about. So, do you remember when you first saw the show? Oh
God, I was a kid.
Yeah. But did you see it like on Comedy Central, kind of out of order?
I saw it, I believe, on the BBC.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Out of order when I was like 11 at my friend Jason's house. And we were too damn grown. When I go back and think about it, we were like watching shit we should not be watching, and our parents let us.
Well, I mean, that show wasn't that bad, except for the
I turned out completely fine,
and the
damn it.
alcohol and the swearing and the sex and all that stuff. But you're right; it always was shown out of order when it came over here to the States.
Yeah.
And it was very hard to piece together because, unlike most American sitcoms, where you could watch any of them plucked out of order, out of season, out of year, there hasn't been a lot that has transpired with the characters on an American show.
Yeah.
Where the characters would probably still have the same job, probably still have the same relationship, probably are still having the same central issues
True.
that they were having. As to where with AbFab, to watch them out of order, they call back to those.
Which can throw you off.
So you're like, what? Wait, what's she talking about? Or someone like Safi, like, when she went on to college, like, then you see an episode where she's in college and then one where she's in high school, or one where she's here, and you're like, wait, what? Patsy works at the magazine? No, now she's doing this. Or no, Adina's...
What is the show?
Oh my God, like, what's happening? So it really was a progression of a story. Each season really had this arc. The first 3 seasons, I think, were the most succinct, because they were all done together, and then after that, they would do maybe a season or 2 here or a season there, and it kind of, over the years, has changed.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see the movie. I hope it's not too much of a rehash of the old jokes.
I don't think so. I think that
I was
everyone involved is clever enough.
Well, true, but I was
Hopefully.
disappointed when I saw one of my favorite series is called Strangers with Candy. It has Amy
God, I forgot all about
Sedaris
that.
and Stephen Colbert and all these hilarious fucking people. And when they made the movie, a lot of the movie were the same jokes that were in the series. I mean, they basically just wrapped up the series.
You think they wouldn't do that, considering
really
the people
unfortunate.
going to see it have been
Are
following the
probably
show
fans. Well, I'm
and
sure
remembering
were
things.
hoping for a larger audience. I don't think the show had that big of an audience.
Yeah, true.
So I just felt disappointed as a fan that they couldn't... even if they were going to do a callback or do something similar, it couldn't have been different. I mean, these were some of the exact same punchlines.
Really?
Like,
okay, that's not okay.
Like, literally the
that's
same.
That's not okay at all.
So I hope they don't
hopefully
do too
this
much
won't
of that.
happen with
I hope they don't do too
AbFab,
much
because...
of that. I mean, I know they're going to do some callbacks. They have some things they always do. The, Sweetie Darling and the, all that kind of stuff. But
those are just staples.
Right. I hope they don't have too much of that.
Oh, well, me either, because my friend Manny is a huge fan, and he's totally looking forward to this movie and has been on its nuts for ever.
I know, I can't wait.
So,
all right, well, let's dive into some real world topics. We love entertainment and talking shit about celebrities, but there are always some larger social issues that we try to touch on. So, we don't just get celebrity crap in our social media feeds. We tune into other stuff too.
with other causes.
One of them, which again, I myself am a celebrity trainer, and I kind of, aside from drinking a shit ton of wine on Saturdays when I recorded an episode of the show with Richie Rich,
only a half a
I
bottle.
live a pretty healthy lifestyle. And one of those things is being able to trust the companies that are providing you with what you are told is, organic food or bottles that are free of certain chemicals or what have you. And as it turns out, the Honest
Trust
Company...
no one.
As it turns out, Honest Company and Earth's Best are now both being sued.
Earth's worst and not honest at all.
Those fuckers. I'm not trusting anyone anymore. VW, the car company, said that they tested their cars all wrong all these years for the smog check.
Oh, yeah, that's like a huge thing.
Jesus, all this shit where you're trying to make choices based on what you subscribe to or what you believe in, and then come to find out that you're just being completely lied to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and side note, I just read this last night. There was a big, semi-truck self-braking system thing that's been going around lately, that people have been ordering these trucks that have these self-braking systems where if they are coming down too close to a car in front of them, they'll slam on their brakes. And, Yeah, not in the case of rain or snow, because it'll sense them as something in front of them, and have caused tons of accidents.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
How could they implement something
and
like that without fucking
I
testing
don't.
it?
I guess it was tested in certain conditions and not in all of them, and then it's trial and error.
How do you not think about
And
this? This is what freaks me out about the whole idea of the automated cars that they want to come
Fuck
out. Well, there are already
that.
cars that park themselves.
Yes, the
Now,
Lexus
okay,
LS.
so what happens if... Because I'm...
By the way, that's a pain in the ass, because my uncle has one of those fucking cars, and he doesn't
they
use
don't-
it.
No?
It takes forever. It's like always correcting itself, and you could have easily parallel parked your own car with your own fuck ups if you're not that great of a driver.
Yeah.
Or a parker, I should say.
I feel like with the review, with the camera in the back...
Yeah,
You have a really
backup
good-
camera. Have the cameras go down on the sides.
It flashes
and it's
red
fine.
when you get too close. That's
all you need.
perfect. Not that I would mind having a car drive me or park myself, but it seems like, okay, what happens if I tell the car to park itself and it slams into another car or a tree?
Or someone runs in front of it or
curb,
something, or a cat comes in front of it.
Yeah, who's responsible then? Am I responsible because I'm
It's getting far too
operating the
lazy.
car?
If you're gonna have a car, fucking drive it. Be alert enough to drive it.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely see where having the technology to have a car that can drive itself, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But it seems like to me, it seems like it's really far away.
Especially with as unpredictable as drivers are here in LA.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing
People cutting you off out of nowhere.
Well, that's what I've
switching lanes
always
up.
heard is that the biggest issue is, okay, so in this perfect scenario, you have all of these smart cars that are driving themselves talking to each other. But you can't get there from zero. You would have to start introducing these smart cars that would also have to be able to perceive non-smart cars that are being driven by, because they say that the
dumb
average
cars.
turnaround, the average age of a car is like 10 years.
Yeah.
So if you introduce a smart car, 10 years from now, you're still going to have the majority of cars on the road that are not smart.
Exactly.
20 years, more so.
Yeah.
30 years, 40 years, by then,
The classic cars will be now the smart cars as well. And
exactly. But that's a long time.
yeah. That's a long ass
That's
time.
a lot of accidents.
And then what about motorcycles and scooters and everything else?
And they tell you it's safe. They
Public
tell you this.
transportation. Like
I have a hard time believing
just
anything.
fucking drive your car. It's not that damn hard. Nothing.
Yeah, but people aren't good at driving their cars. That's the problem.
Well,
is that people
I'm
get into
sure that these
accidents
computers
all the
won't be that
time,
great at
and-
driving them either. I mean, what is your percentage of your phone right now?
Well, it's like...
And then what if someone doesn't charge their smart car or whatever,
Right.
or doesn't check their battery that should be keeping
It's
track of the smart
11%.
computer?
It's 11%. So keep an eye on that, because this podcast
So Wes
could
is going to
die
be
at
the
any
first
moment.
person to be in an accident in a smart car once he buys it for not checking his battery.
Whatever. It's supposed to be smart enough to check its own damn battery. I just feel like I can't trust anyone anymore. This whole,
We have trust
Honest
issues.
Company and Earth's Best, whatever, just being the latest in a line of so many things where, yeah, you're being told you're safe or you're being told that this is going to work, but when it doesn't, who is accountable? And that's the problem that I have, because it seems like the people with the money and the people who have the power don't really ever get punished when things don't,
Because they have the money and the power.
working out.
And it's
So we, as the
everyone
consumer,
forgets about things
always suffer.
or can pay people off.
It gets shuffled off. Yeah, it pisses me off. So I don't believe anything anymore.
In a
And
world
I'll
where
drive
one
my own
wants to
car. I'm not a
trust.
good driver, by the way, but I will drive my own car.
Are you not?
I'm not.
Really?
I really try to be, but I have to admit I've been in so many accidents that there's no way I could be a good
Oh
driver.
God, I've been like 2
Oh, I've never had a
since like age 16.
I've never traded a car in. Every car
What?
every car I've ever had was totaled in
Oh
an
my
accident,
God.
cashed out
I
for
had
insurance,
no idea.
and used as that insurance.
I'm
was
never
usually
riding with
done.
you anywhere.
That's why I always get gap insurance because
Yes, gap insurance is amazing.
because if you get in an accident,
My car got stolen, and that
shit,
came
yeah.
in handy.
Very handy, right? Because then you don't have to pay off the rest of your car.
all that.
That's what you get as a check towards your next car. It actually works out very well. Get in an accident, get a check, get a new car.
Do not listen to him. Learn how to drive safely.
What?
Don't Snapchat and drive.
It works out just fine. Oh shit, so many people Snapchat and drive.
I see it all the time. It's ridiculous.
All the fucking time.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's out of control. All right, do you know what else is out of control? We're moving on to another. We didn't really talk too much about The Honest Company and Earth's Best, other than to say I don't fucking.
I mean, it's not really much to talk about. They weren't honest.
They're claiming blah blah blah. You know, their side of it is that they, you know, all that crap. It's just as soon as someone is called into question, then you don't trust them.
It's true.
So it's like even if maybe the you know Earth's Best says that that it's totally incorrect and that they're completely going to fight for whatever. I imagine that they're going to settle eventually, but that's the other side of it. But then as soon as something comes up where that is even called into question,
yeah, trust is broken.
This trust. So I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard world we live in, and it's a confusing world that we live in. As we move into our next kind of social topic with this Facebook group that is a white-only Facebook group. No fats, no femmes. You have to have a certain body fat percentage.
Yeah, no Latinos, no Asians.
No Latinos, no Asians. And it's an exclusive club. And they even say, we are not politically correct. We like what we like. Oh, and by the way, one of the leaders of this group is black.
Black.
Pause. Eye roll.
Eye roll.
The fuck? So, and then they try to defend this guy by saying, oh, he's not a self-hating black guy. He just is around white people and associates with white people. And everyone should be able to be a group who likes what they like.
I wasn't an asshole about it. No. I mean, I love you, Nick. And thank you so much for requesting me on Facebook, by the way. We are now all connected. But no, you're wrong. As a black man who grew up with nothing but white people around him, no.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not. No, he is a self-hating black man. Absolutely. And just a douche in general. This is just horrible.
Well, I question what kind of events
sex parties.
These are sex parties, right?
Let's just be honest.
So it's basically just a white boy sex party, and this leader of the group obviously is objectifying white boys and having his way. What's funny to me is that all of these kids are going to grow up and at some point no longer fit into this cluster that they now belong to. Most of them will probably look busted by the time they're 25.
It's like
26.
high school when you have the cheerleaders and
they're
the
no
football
longer,
players, and then 10 years later,
they're no longer going to be welcome. You can't sit with us, and that's an early predicament. 25, 26, these bitches are going to look busted. Most of them, by the time they get into their 30s, are going to get a gut or lose their hair or whatever. And it's all going to fucking come back to you. And you're going to realize that these standards that you had, once it's pulled on you and someone's like, oh yeah, as soon as someone's like, no, I would have sex with you, older guys are hot.
Yep.
You're going to die.
Yep.
You're going to die inside.
All about the ego and getting rejected. So be prepared for it, get ready for it.
Yeah. There's nothing you can say to this group that would change.
There isn't.
Their
They'll
minds
get it.
or their opinions
In
of
time.
what they're doing right now.
Bless their hearts.
But it will.
That's something for fuck those bitches.
It will come back to them. Did you ever feel like you were excluded from like a particular group or like there was a...
I'm a black male in a WeHo. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Absolutely. I will say this.
Was it ever that obvious? Like, this is...
Oh yeah, I've gotten... It's the weird backhanded compliments. Oh, you're cute for a black guy. Mm-hmm. Or I normally don't like black guys, but you speak well. I'm like,
Oh,
that's...
Lord. Oh,
Yeah, you seem
Lord.
educated.
Yeah, oh, God.
It's those stupid...
Let me educate
And I've
you.
actually had other black guys be like, I normally don't date black guys, but you have a job. Like, no, I'm like, excuse me? Yeah, none of the other black guys that I hang with, they don't have like jobs, things going for them and whatnot. I'm just like, what?
Lord.
I'm like, maybe it's you looking for the wrong type of person, not a problem with the race.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. Straight, no filter.
I would say there have been times that I've felt excluded, but only in kind of that, like, you know, Mean Girls situation. Like, there wasn't really any reason for it. It was just more like, because it's just easier to throw shade at someone or the new girl
Absolutely.
or what have you. So yeah, I've definitely felt that. I feel like from, you know, that other end of it though, having a lot of friends in WeHo, definitely. I mean, I was actually just looking at a picture on Facebook that someone posted of. I'll have to show you this after the show. It's me like 20 years ago. It's ridiculous.
I'm ready.
But it was literally like me, Latin guy, black guy, Asian guy. And then like, I was like the only white one. So I've always had a very mixed group of friends. But there are other photos I'm in where it's like a sea of white. I mean, there's nothing, you know, again, same time period. So kind of, you know, having a mix of friends, but also certainly in WeHo, more of my friends are white because there are more white guys.
You guys are very, very predominant here.
Than anyone else. So
Absolutely.
there are pockets of
Yes.
people that you, kind of groups that you belong to where, yeah, they were all white. All white.
It happens.
And I always did kind of wonder if, because there were people who, and not necessarily because of, you know, race or whatever, but there were people who kind of filtered in and filtered out.
Yeah.
And in those little pockets, you know, you're a clique, even though you might have several cliques. And I always, you know, kind of wondered if people felt like our clique was that, you know, bitchy white girls clique.
A mess. I will say
when
this.
really you probably just didn't mesh with the group.
Yeah,
I mean, that just is what
exactly.
happens.
It all boils down to personalities. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you are all bitches and someone doesn't like each other, it's just not going to work. And that's just that.
Yeah, or you slept with the wrong person in the group and pissed somebody off and they didn't want to hang out with you.
Not going there, but all right.
And, you know, no one was allowed to hang out with you, and that's what happened. So
I will say this on a quick side note, though, for anyone listening who happens to be a person of color in West Hollywood, it's really not all that bad. And don't just take that stereotype and stigma and read it as gospel, because it's not true. Because literally just 2 weeks ago, I had this guy that I'd seen at the gym for 2 years now, who I assumed I made the mistake of prejudging him and thinking he was only cute little buff, blue-eyed white boy, you know, WeHo type and whatnot. And he totally came up to me, was very, very respectful, said he'd seen me around, asked me for my number.
Oh, nice.
And that's happened a few times. So I would say don't get discouraged.
Honestly, most people that I know don't give a shit.
Yeah,
as
and
far
I
as talking
there
to
are a
you,
lot of
being
people,
your
and
friend.
don't take Grindr as being the end all be all of how any city operates. 'Cause it's absolutely not.
No.
So that I'm throwing that out there for all you people who aren't white, who may be in a very, very white populated area. It's not all that bad, and don't prejudge people because you think that they're prejudging you.
Yeah, or because you may not see yourself fitting that mold, or
Absolutely.
you know, maybe you're someone who's crunchy granola and you're not a gym rat or whatever.
Exactly.
Right? You have a different haircut, or you have a different sense of style, or
you're a little overweight. You never know. Everyone has their own
whatever it
thing.
is. Like, don't let that exclude you,
Yes.
because most people I know literally don't give a shit. Most of my friends are total sluts, so they will probably have sex with you.
There is hope.
There is hope.
Okay, moving it along.
And there's even hope. Yeah, and there's even hope for bros, Speaking of sluts who
Was there
will
ever
have
not
sex
hope for
with you,
bros?
there is now a bro app for straight men
Wait, what?
to connect with other men.
So for the straight men on the down low, you now have an app.
Yes, it's a straight app.
When Grindr wasn't working for you, when you
men.
said discreet.
No, because Grindr is gay. Bro is for
There's
straight
still
guys.
that discreet thing where everyone uses that as a scapegoat. Oh, I'm just discreet. You're discreet because of what? With the torso picture, and
I don't know.
It's well, they're all on the bro app now apparently. So I'm glad they found a place.
If you look, bro, you're gay. If you are a man who has sex with other men, you are either bisexual, or you are gay, or you are fluid.
Yes.
As people like to call it now.
Exactly.
I don't know why people can't just say, look, I get you don't want to be labeled. You don't want to be this. You don't want to be that. Although these are also the first people who are like, I'm German Irish with a mix of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
People that say they don't want to define themselves in one area and then
God.
completely define themselves in another area, whether it's by their job or their, nationality or whatever. So if you don't want to label yourself sexually, fine, but then you're not straight
Exactly.
either, because that is also
A label.
So it makes no fucking sense to me.
I don't know.
I can't even.
And props to people who actually do come out and say, you know what, this is what I am, and fuck you for thinking that I'm this, that, or the next thing. 'Cause there are some people out there who are like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't. And
I think that's perfectly acceptable. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with having
but
fluid
the fucking bro app,
sexuality.
really?
For straight guys to hook up with guys, that doesn't make
Now,
fucking
that makes me want to
sense.
download this app and to see who's on there.
It kind of does, but they're not going to be man enough to actually show their face.
True.
So.
It'd be a bunch of torsos, just like
Yeah.
Grindr, and then back at square one.
I know. All right. Well, we're going long in this episode, but we've actually had a lot of episodes that have gone long,
Yeah.
and people seem to
Like it.
them. So we're just going to keep rolling with it. We're done with our trending topic. So if you're, gardening or driving home and need to check on something, or now's a good time to pause. We're done with the trending topics. We're going to get into who do we hate
And who do we love?
before we finish up with the sex question of the week. So we'll get into who we hate first so we can end with love. Richie Rich, when was the last time you used a gender neutral bathroom?
Oh! Actually, just last week, when I was at Adults Only in Hollywood, they have, it's a straight club, but they have, anyone can go in
If
there.
there's one toilet and the sign on the front has both, that's
It's
a gender neutral
gender-neutral.
toilet, which has been around
Forever.
Have you ever been to a grocery store? Gender neutral
neutral.
toilet. Have you ever been to an airport? They have the family toilet, which is gender neutral.
Yep.
The reason they have these bathrooms is so parents can take their kids safely into the bathroom. Parents might take an elderly person into the
Yes.
bathroom. There might be a need for whatever, maybe a mom with her son, a father with a daughter, a daughter with her elderly father. There are plenty of reasons that you would need a restroom to accommodate a single toilet, a single whatever, gender
Absolutely.
neutral. And that's pretty much what these gender neutral bathrooms are.
Yeah.
So the idea that this is so controversial to me is beyond ridiculous. And the idea that people, and I've read this in so many comments, if you were born with the penis, you use the man's room. If you were born with the... You know what?
What if you're a hermaphrodite and you're born with both? Then
First
what do you
of
do?
all. Second of all, that's using a really illogical or ignorant stance. Have you ever seen or met a transsexual? Let me give you a really good example. Candace Cain. I think everyone
Right.
knows who that is.
By now, absolutely.
By now, everyone knows who Candace Cain is. That's a woman. She's
Yep.
a woman. I don't care
Hands down.
how she may have been born. That is a woman. She's also a woman who dates men.
Yep.
So, and even like on her license, it would say gender female.
Yep.
I mean, that's part of the process that you go through. It would be completely inappropriate for her to use a men's bathroom.
Absolutely.
It would actually be dangerous in those environments
Yeah.
for her to use a men's bathroom. Either way, you would never send someone like Candace Cain into it. That's ridiculous. But how this law is being used is to harass people. They're checking IDs in some places. I saw a video posted on Facebook where a really butch lesbian went and don't get me wrong, she
looked like
didn't look very ladylike.
But still.
But everyone was like, she's a girl, and they're trying to make
and they would
her
not back
show
down
her
on this girl.
ID, and they threw her out of the bathroom.
Which is humiliating and embarrassing and damaging and rude. Just
unbelievable and so ignorant. No transsexual woman in their right mind would have a boyish haircut, wear a backwards hat, jeans, and that would not be how they would choose to present themselves in a typical fashion, because they want to be as effeminate as possible, because that is how they are expressing how they feel on the inside, and therefore that's how they present it on the outside. So it's just ridiculous.
Most
the fact that we're even talking about this is
most
insane.
Transgender people have been using the bathroom of their choice forever. That hot-ass bodybuilder model, and actually most female to male transgender people, you really can't tell.
Oh, no.
At all. And how odd would that be for them walking into a female's restroom?
That's just
I mean, really, though.
No, that's not right.
That would not fly at all.
I just can't even believe in this day. And I hate to keep saying in this day and age, it's 2016. Because in so many other countries, things are so backwards and whatever. We're not really as progressive as a world or a nation as we think we are. But it's crazy to me that even the most polarizing figure in this political run right now, Donald Trump, has just said, let them use the bathroom that they want to use.
No one's trying to do anything in the restroom.
When Donald Trump starts making sense, the world has gone crazy.
God, that's disgusting.
But on the flip side, we love
Trey Crowder.
Awesome
comedian.
Yes, is a great comedian.
From Tennessee.
And speaks in a real thick
Yes, he has a giant southern accent / drawl.
He is a redneck for days. And he spoke about this very issue very eloquently, actually.
Extremely.
So if you have the opportunity, I don't want to paraphrase him in any way, look up Trey, Trae, Crowder, and listen to his thoughts on the whole Target boycott and the restrooms and all of that shit.
Kind of awesome.
It really is awesome. It just puts it right in line, and it just makes sense. First of all, good for him for really speaking out and being a positive voice, but also for going against the grain and just being someone who, with that accent and being someone who's from the South.
I love it.
You would immediately presume.
Do not ever judge anyone by an accent.
Because when someone posted that, they were like, "Oh, redneck talks about." I was like, I'm not going to watch this because it's going to be some asshole talking about stuff. If you were born with the penis, you can't. But
you can't judge. Did you also? I know we're going a little over, but did you hear the woman brought on Fox News to talk about the race issue? And it was great. Well, we can talk more about it next week. I'll send you the link. But she wasn't very. She had a very urban accent, if you want to use that as a description.
Sure.
But she shut them down, and you know very well they brought her on that show because of how she sounded, not thinking she'd have any intelligence, and she completely made valid points, read them to filth, live on national television.
That's
amazing. And I had someone say, well, I'd respect her more if she spoke this way. I'm like, this is Fox News. They're not going to bring someone that speaks articulately who's a black person. on there to fight an issue.
Yeah, I think we touched on this last week too. It was just the idea that the way you sound,
Yeah, it
people are
does
judging
not
you based
mean
on that, and
just means nothing about your intelligence. So good job, Trey Crowder.
yes, we love you. All right, so that brings us to our final topic, and we have gone a little over, but like I said, it seems like the longer
it doesn't seem to
episodes
matter. Actually,
I always put my podcasts on pause and
resume
tune
them.
into now. We have different topics we switch back and forth between, so you can pause this whenever you need to answer the phone or do something. So we're going to get to our sex topic of the week and spare no angle left undefined is, do you use sex toys?
Or have used.
Or have you, yeah.
It could be past or present tense.
Now, you had said that this whole topic
Yes.
came about because you were out with some girlfriends, one of them being really, really conservative.
Extremely.
So kind of like the Charlotte of the group.
Yes.
And then the other one being the Samantha of the group. Like totally crazy.
Yeah, great comparison. Absolutely. Yeah, and the Samantha just happened to be like, well, why don't you fuck this guy? Blah, 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 blah. And then Charlotte's like, if I have sex with someone, then it's either we're dating or I want nothing to do with you afterwards. Like, that's just that. And she's like, well, damn, like, do you masturbate? She was like, I mean, yeah, like sometimes. She's like, we need to get you a fucking rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
And we were right here in West Hollywood, and there was a sex shop right across the street.
Oh, my word.
At Chi LaRue's, and we will go there after our dinner.
Yeah.
Which was great. And we did, to no avail, because it was mostly male-oriented, which I'd never been there before in my life. But there were lots of dildos and whatnot, but she wanted a rabbit.
Sure. I didn't think about that, because the ladies... Okay, so... Here's how sex toy, like some sex toys are either cutesy, quote unquote, ladylike toys that for some reason always look like animals.
Yeah,
like
the dolphin, a rabbit, an orangutan. I don't know what the fuck.
How this is cute and you're like getting off to a rabbit is weird for me, but whatever. And then there's kind of basically the section that just look like dicks or are just kind of shaped like dicks or are just whatever, So you have an array, yet a divide.
Yes.
Because as a gay man, you wouldn't use something that, for example, is designed to stimulate the clitoris. That wouldn't really make sense. You wouldn't use something that is like a curled finger up your booty hole because it's not going to do anything for you because your prostate is not in the same position as a clitoris is, so
precisely.
There'd be no point to using that device. So, Chi-Chi had nothing for the ladies?
A couple of things, but nothing that really struck her interest.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, but it makes sense. It's in the heart of gay West Hollywood. What do you expect, really?
I would have thought she might have a couple things, but,
Yeah, it was mostly
gay
lots of
stuff.
male porn star replicas and things of that nature. I did find, and I guess it segues into my answer to this. I did find a fleshlight display, which apparently now they